Today I'm doing a full face of makeup, Get Ready With Me, featuring the Sweet Talk palette from Colorpop and a couple of fan favorites from the drugstore that I haven't tried before. So come along and join me. That's coming up next. Welcome back. I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. I'm super excited about today's video because we're using and playing with new makeup, which I love to do. We're featuring the Sweet Talk palette from Colorpop. This is my peach phase that I'm in right now. Beautiful 12-pan palette featuring some glorious peach colors. This palette features 7 beautiful mattes, 3 really sparkly colors, and then a couple of beautiful shimmers that I'm just loving. I've been using it a lot lately, so I'm excited to do a look today using this palette. I also picked up a couple of big hitters from the drugstore that everybody's been talking about for quite a while that I haven't tried yet. I'm featuring the Master Crow highlighter. Apparently this is so popular. Haven't tried it before. I've got me a new one we're going to be working with. And also the Milani Prep Set and Glow. I've heard so much about this that it just illuminates your skin and makes you look glorious. So I'm excited to try this out and see if all the hype is real. Before we get started, if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you'd like to be, just go ahead and click that red subscribe button down below and make sure you hit the notification bell and you'll get a heads up when there's a new video for you to watch. I'll be doing a full face Get Ready With Me today, featuring all these fun new makeup items. I can't wait to get started, so let's dive into that right now. I've done my eyebrows and I'm wearing a little bit of the Liquid Catsuit Glossy formula in the color Peach just to keep my lips hydrated while I do my makeup. And I've also prepped my face. I've used the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. You guys know that I'm in love with this primer right now. And I've used the Milani eyeshadow primer on my eyelids. There we have the base down and we're ready for eyeshadow. I'm going to be working with the Colorpop Sweet Talk eyeshadow palette today, and this is my first time using a Colorpop shadow. I've actually used this palette a couple of times with some looks lately and I'm really enjoying them. This is a beautiful peach tone palette, and you guys know I'm kind of in my peach phase right now, so this is really working for me. These shadows are beautiful, and the formulations, you know, the color payout is really nice. Here are 3 from the top 2 rows, and you can see how they swatch out. Just a really beautiful color palette. There are some duochrome, some real sparkly shimmers in here. Probably not going to be my cup of tea. I think, at least for me, that's a younger girl's game, but you can see how those swatch out. They're really sparkly. I'm not quite sure I'll be using these today, but you know, they're there if that's the kind of thing that you enjoy. I'm going to be starting out with a transition color, and I'm going to be going in right here. This is the color Dressmaker. Just tap a little bit on my fluffy transition brush and just start working that over the eyelid. This is such a pretty color. Here, let me swatch it for you. It's just the most beautiful peachy transition color. Isn't that pretty? I'm just going to work that over the top of my crease, just in real light circular strokes. These shadows have really a beautiful color payout. I know why they're so popular. They're fun to work with. Now I'm going to go in with my blending brush. This is a big fluffy brush. I got it in my BoxyCharm last month and I'm really enjoying it. And just really blend that and shear that color out so that's just a real soft wash of color up there in my crease area. Isn't that just the prettiest crease color? It's just so soft and pretty. Now I'm going to go in with a flat brush to this really soft kind of creamy color, very light peachy creamy color right here called Catch Me, and I'm going to start patting that over the entire lid. The color story, the peach color story in this palette is just so pretty, so soft, and just that nice combination of peachy, pinky, just beautiful colors. And I'm working that lid color right up into my crease area so that it makes my lid look larger. Now I'm going to go back in with my blending brush and just really blend those 2 colors together. So it's a very soft transition between the 2 colors. Blending with eyeshadow, particularly when you're a little bit older, is your best friend. Now I'm going to go back in with my crease brush into this color Meadow. It's another peach color, but it's just a little bit deeper, and I'm going to use that to deepen the outside of the crease area. I'm going to bring it down onto the outer third of the lid just a little bit. Back in with the blending brush to blend those colors together. Have you guys been noticing fall in the air in your where you live? I just have the feeling, even though it's still early September, I just get this feeling that, fall. You know how you can wake up some mornings and just sort of feel it and smell it? It's really kind of an exciting feeling. I'm looking forward to fall this year. So I have those three colors all blended out. Pretty palette. Now I'm going to go in with something darker to really accent that outside third of my eye and kind of give a little depth. I'm going to tap my color into this color right here. It's called West Side. Just get a little bit on a detail brush and just work that into the outer third of the crease and down into the lid. And pull it just a little bit along the lid on the base of the lashes. Kitten update. Some of you might remember Daisy. Well, it turns out Daisy is a Dexter. Now back in with the blending brush to smooth out any hard edges and to really give that a soft watercolor type of look on the lid. This is a real pretty color combination for fall. Kind of has that, the peaches and the soft browns. I'm going to go back in with my flat brush and just dip it into this color called Catch Me, the lightest color in the palette, and just sweep a little bit of that under the eyebrow just to accentuate that brow bone. On the lid, I'm going to use something I got in my BoxyCharm last month, and it's from Ace Beauty, and it's these little, they're almost a shimmer shadow or kind of a shadow topper, and this looks like it's actually like a seafoam green, but it's not. When you put it on, it's just a real shimmery shadow topper that makes it just look glowy, and I'm going to just tap that right in the middle of both my eyelids. We'll see how that, it just is such a pretty color. Can you see what that did? It just added a little bit of brightness and shimmer. It has a little bit of sparkle to it, but not over the top. I'm going to move into the complexion now, and today I'm going to be using the CoverGirl True Blend Foundation in the Matte Made formula, and I'm in the color L60. I've used this before in the past, but hadn't really used it recently, and I thought I'm going to pull that out and try it and see how I like it today. I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand and just start tapping that over my complexion. I've really been trying lately to use a lot less foundation. I just think it ends up looking better on my skin over the long run. So let's just start with that and see how things work out. So I'll just start working that in with my foundation brush. And this is a brush from Real Techniques, and I've been using it for quite some time, and I really, really love it. I just haven't felt a need to buy another foundation brush. This has a real nice coverage. I would say it's a full medium to maybe a light full coverage. And this color match is good for me, so that's a nice thing. Once I have that worked all over my skin with a brush, I like to go back in with my Beauty Blender and just start tapping it out. It just gives it such a beautiful satiny finish, and I really haven't found a way to get that beautiful of a finish any other way. So I just take a little spray bottle and lightly spray my beauty sponge and start tapping that in. It's really such a pretty finish. Can you see that on the camera? Just really very soft and pretty. Doesn't look makeup-y. For concealer today, I thought I'd stick with the CoverGirl theme, and I'm going to go in with the CoverGirl concealer. This is the one that's really popular right now. It has that striped top on the tube. People are really loving this. I think it's going to be a fan favorite and a classic for a long time. I enjoy it. It comes with this huge, they call these buck foots. Emily Noel calls this a buck foot. Heavens knows I don't need that much concealer, so I just barely tap it on to the areas that I need a little bit of color correction, and that might even be a little bit too much. We'll see how that works out. Then I like to go in with the brush and really just start smoothing it out. I'm trying not to use much concealer in the outer areas of my under eyes now because it's so crepey out there. There's not a lot of discoloration, but there are a lot of fine lines. So I'm trying to keep the concealer out of that area so that it doesn't have a chance to collect in those lines and just make things look worse. With my concealer, I like to go in with this pointed sponge, and I'd like to tell you who made this sponge, but I can't remember. But I like the point because I can get into those little small areas of my eye with it. I like to set my concealer under my eyes. It just seems to work a lot better for me. So I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder. I love this for setting my under eyes. And actually, it's not a loose powder, it's a compact. So I just put a little bit on this angled brush and tap it off, and then just very gently go in and set that under eye area. For bronzer today, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Sunset Striptease. I've been using this a lot lately. You guys have probably seen it in my other videos. So just put a little bit on a big fluffy brush, tap it off, and then I always start at the top in my hairline in case I get too much bronzer on my brush. Then I have a place to hide it up in my hairline. So just start working that around the outside areas of my face. I like to use my bronzer as a little bit of a contouring as well. So a little bit under the cheekbones and then down underneath my chin, trying to make things look a little firmer down there than they really are. For blush, I'm going to be going in with the Milani Luminoso blush. This just works in with the peach theme, and I've been using this blush almost exclusively for about the last month or so. I think once I've worked through this peach theme, I'll move on to something else, but right now I'm really loving it. It has just a beautiful color and just a slight amount of sort of shimmery glow. It's really, really pretty. I'm just applying that to the outside and upstairs area of my cheeks. I like to keep the color off the apples of my cheeks because they're just a little bit lower than they used to be. So by applying it sort of this upstairs area, it kind of gives the effect of a facelift, which I appreciate these days. I'm going to go back in with my big fluffy e.l.f. brush and just blend it all together. I'm going to be trying a new highlighter today. I picked this up at the drugstore a while ago. It's the Master Chrome from Maybelline. Everyone raves about this and I hadn't tried it. So I saw it at my local drugstore and I grabbed me some. This is in the color Molten Rose. I haven't tried it before. This is the first impressions. So you can see it has a pretty little pattern stamped into it. And let's see what it looks like when it's swatched on. Ooh, wow. Look at that. Super, super shiny. You'll have to be careful with that. So we'll try that today and see how it looks with our peach look. Just going to tap a little bit onto my tapered brush. I love using this brush for my highlight. And then just very gently work that over the tops of my cheeks. And I like to put just a little bit in the front. To be careful with that. It's pretty glowy. Can you guys see that? What do you think? Pretty glowy, huh? I'm going to go back in with my e.l.f. brush and blend that all in. Ooh, I think I like that. Isn't it pretty? Wow, that's a pretty, I can see why people are so in love with this. It really has not so much sparkly, but real glowy effect. I like it. Let me know down in the comments what you think about it. And I'm also trying another product that people have been raving about. I've been hearing so much about it, particularly just in the last month. This is the Milani Prep Set and Glow. This is a translucent finishing powder, and I've been seeing it everywhere lately. So let's see what it looks like when you swatch it. I haven't used this at all. This is another first impression. So I'll put a little bit on the back of my hand. So it's right there. You can see the highlighter's there, and the Prep Set and Glow is right there. It's supposed to give you just sort of this glowy illumination with your finishing powder. So we'll see how it goes. Just going to put a little bit on my fluffy e.l.f. brush and then tap it off and just start. I like to keep this type of thing just in the flatter planes of my face. I find if I put them in the active areas like my marionette lines, it just collects there and makes me look older. But I think in the flatter areas this will be fine. Wow, what do you think? It does just give a nice, beautiful, glowy finish. I think I might kind of like this, you guys. Really pretty. It really softens the complexion and just smooths everything out. Really pretty. Before mascara, I'm going to go back into this palette with just a tiny little, almost pencil brush, and tap it into this deeper peach color here. just get a little bit on my brush, and I'm just going to run that in the outer third of my lower lash line, just real softly, to kind of give it a little more emphasis and connect it up with the color up above. So I've got that set down below in my lower lashes. Then I'm going to go back in with this brush. It's a little fluffier. Squeeze the tip and then just soften that a little bit. I don't actually wear mascara on my lower lashes much anymore, but this does give a little bit of emphasis to that outer corner of the lower lash line. I've curled my eyelashes and done my tight line. Now I'm going to go in with the Essence. This is the Sculpted Volume mascara. This stuff is wonderful. I just love it. It really thickens the lashes, lengthens them, and 2 coats is truly all I ever need. It just goes from 0 to 100 so quickly. You can see this is just one coat, one quick coat on this eye. Isn't that just beautiful? So I have the mascara all done. Isn't that just a beautiful mascara application? That Essence mascara is just so good. I know that I sound like a broken record, but it truly is so good. So for lip today, I'm going to go in with Natural in the NYX lip pencil and line my lips out. I'm going to keep it a real neutral, sort of peachy tone today to kind of go in with the whole peach theme. And then I'm going to go in with the Almay. This is their the new line of Almay lipsticks, and this is in the color Go Wild. Such a beautiful soft nude color. And then to peach it up a little, I'm going to go back in with the Liquid Catsuit. This is the glossy formula in the color Peach. Isn't that pretty? Here we have the finished look. I'm loving all the products we use today, and that doesn't happen often. I think that this Sweet Talk palette from Colorpop is just a real winner if you're looking for peach shadows. Just so many beautiful different shades of peach, and of course we've got those super sparkly colors in there too, if that speaks to you. So a beautiful 12 pan palette, and gosh, they're all under $20. So this is a real keeper. The formulas are wonderful, the color payout's beautiful, they blend really well. So I'm a fan of this Colorpop palette. I've actually been wearing it quite a bit lately and have enjoyed the looks that I put together as well as the one today. The Master Chrome highlight, I'm really liking that. Isn't that pretty? I wasn't sure about it, but boy, I sure love this. Again, this is in the Molten Gold, Molten Rose Gold, something like that. There's Molten Rose and Gold in the name. I'm not sure what order they come in, but really beautiful highlight. Very glowy, but not sparkly. There's not, there's no little sparkles on your face. So that's very nice. And the Milani Prep Set and Glow. I love this. I wasn't really expecting much. I thought, oh, maybe it's a little bit of hype. But I really think the finish that it has left on the skin is beautiful. And I'm not noticing that it's settling in all my nooks and crannies. So that's a good thing. Oh, really pleased with this look today. Just soft and pretty. I think it's perfect transition from summer colors into fall. So happy that you were able to join me. It just tickles me when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. So thank you for stopping by. If you're not subscribed and you'd like to be, just go ahead and smash that subscribe button down below and make sure you hit the notification bell so you get a heads up when there's something new for you to watch. So glad that you stopped by today. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. Make it a great day. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.